Hello, everyone. Welcome to our social studies adventure. Today, we're starting with a fascinating question. What is geography? This is grade 7, Unit 1, Lesson 1, and our focus will be exploring the world around us. We'll learn about the basics of geography, why it's important, and how it helps us understand our planet better. I'm excited to take you on this journey, so let's get started. So, what is geography? Well, geography is essentially the study of the Earth and everything on it. That includes the lands, the features we see, the populations that live there, and the phenomena that occur around us. When we say geography, we're talking about understanding not just where things are, but also how they got there and how they've changed over time. In a literal sense, the word geography means to describe or write about the Earth. But today, it's a much broader and more complex discipline. Modern geography aims to understand both the natural world and human activities, seeing how they interact and influence each other. It's really a bridge that connects the physical sciences, like geology and meteorology, with the social sciences, such as anthropology and economics. Now, before we go further, I want you to think about a few questions. What do you think geography really is? What is it about? And why do you think studying geography is important? Why do people dedicate their time to understanding our planet? Remember, geography isn't just about knowing locations. It's about understanding the processes that shape our world and the reasons behind the changes we observe. This understanding helps us make better decisions about how we live and how we interact with our environment. Let's take a closer look at the branches of geography. As the bridge between the human and physical sciences, geography is divided into two main branches that help us understand the world from different perspectives. The first is physical geography. This branch focuses on geography as an earth science, aiming to understand the Earth's solid outer layer, which includes the crust and upper mantle. It also looks at all water bodies like oceans, rivers, and lakes, as well as the gases surrounding the Earth, soil, and the patterns of plant and animal life across the globe. Essentially, it helps us understand the physical features and natural processes of our planet. The second branch is human geography. This area concentrates on the patterns and processes that shape how humans interact with their environments. It covers a wide range of elements such as culture, politics, society, and economics. Human geography helps us see how human activities influence and are influenced by the places and environments they inhabit. As part of our class activity, I want you to work in pairs. Think of and list 3 examples of features or phenomena that would be studied under each branch. This exercise will help you see how these branches connect to real-world examples and deepen your understanding of how geography explains the world around us. Let's talk about physical geography, which is also known as physiography. This branch of geography focuses on understanding the Earth as a natural science. Its main goal is to explore the Earth's physical features and the processes that shape them. One key area is the Earth's crust and upper mantle. This is the solid outer layer of our planet, and studying it helps us understand how landforms like mountains, valleys, and plains are formed. Next, we look at water bodies, oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers. These water features play a vital role in shaping the landscape and supporting life. Understanding their distribution and behavior is a big part of physical geography. Then there's the atmosphere, the gases surrounding the Earth. This area examines weather patterns and climate, which influence everything from daily weather to long-term climate changes. We also explore the soil and biosphere. This covers global plant and animal life, their habitats, and how they interact with the physical environment. Now, for a quick activity, think about your country or region. Can you name 3 landforms there that might be studied under physical geography, and what physical processes might have created them? Take a moment to consider that. Let's explore what human geography really is. Essentially, it's a branch of geography that looks at how humans interact with their environments. It studies the patterns and processes that shape our relationship with the world around us. Now, within human geography, there are several key elements to consider. First, we have cultural elements. These include languages, religions, traditions, and cultural practices that vary across different regions. They help define the identity of communities and influence how they interact with their surroundings. Next, there are political elements. Think about boundaries, national borders, state lines, and governance systems, such as governments and policies. These political factors shape relationships between regions and influence how societies organize themselves. Then we have social elements. These cover population distribution, demographics, migration patterns, and social structures. Understanding these helps us see how communities grow, change, and connect over time. Moving on, economic elements are also crucial. These involve how resources are distributed, trade patterns, economic activities, and levels of development. They directly impact the prosperity and growth of regions. Finally, I want to highlight the discussion activity. I encourage you to work in small groups and think about how human geography has influenced your local community. Consider all these factors, cultural, political, social, and economic, and see how they have shaped the place where you live. This will help you see the real-world relevance of human geography and its role in our everyday lives. Let's explore why studying geography is so important, starting with understanding both the physical and human aspects of our planet. Geographers look at the Earth's physical properties, like landforms, water systems, and climate, as well as the human societies that inhabit different regions. The goal is to understand where things are located, why they are found there, and how these places have developed and changed over time. Now, a key part of geography is understanding physical systems. These are the natural processes that shape our environment and directly impact our daily lives. For example, how water moves through the water cycle, or how ocean currents circulate around the globe. These systems are crucial because they influence weather, climate, and even natural disasters. Monitoring these physical systems helps us anticipate and prepare for events like floods and droughts. By understanding how water cycles work, we can better predict these events and manage our water resources more effectively. This knowledge helps us protect communities and ensure sustainable use of resources. Let's think about ocean currents for a moment. How do you think understanding ocean currents might help us predict weather patterns? I want you to discuss this with a partner, and then we'll share some ideas with the class. This connection between physical systems and weather prediction really highlights how geography helps us understand and respond to the world around us. Let's talk about why studying geography is so important, especially when it comes to identifying locations. Being able to recognize continents, countries, and their physical and cultural features helps us navigate our interconnected world more effectively. It's not just about knowing where places are, but understanding what makes each place unique. Now, history shows us that geography has played a huge role in shaping human development. It influences where people settle, how they behave, and how environments change over time. Recognizing these patterns helps us appreciate how our past has been shaped by the land and resources around us. When we look at urban development, geography gives us insight into why towns and cities are located where they are. Some locations offer advantages like access to water or trade routes, which helps explain why certain areas flourish more than others. Thinking ahead, geographers also focus on future planning. They study trends to predict how things might develop, which is crucial for creating sustainable communities and managing resources wisely. And as we see on the map here, human migration patterns are deeply influenced by geography. People move for many reasons: climate, opportunities, safety, and understanding these movements is key to understanding our world. For our group activity, I encourage you to research how geography influenced the location and growth of your city or a nearby major city. Think about what physical features or resources played a role in its development. This will help connect these concepts to real-world examples and deepen your understanding of geography's impact. All right, let's go through these statements together. First, remember that geography is generally divided into two main branches: human geography and physical geography. Human geography looks at people, cultures, and communities, while physical geography focuses on the natural environment, like landforms and climate. So this statement is true. Next, consider whether geographers ever try to understand how things might develop in the future. In fact, they do. They often use tools like maps and data to predict trends and help us prepare for what's ahead. So this statement that they never seek to understand future developments is false. Moving on, geography definitely helps us recognize the basic physical systems that impact our daily lives. For example, understanding whether patterns or water sources can help us make better decisions every day. So this statement is true. Finally, think about the role of geography throughout history. It's been crucial in exploration, trade, and understanding different cultures. Geography has shaped civilizations and influenced how societies grow and change. So this statement that geography has played a significant role throughout history is true as well. Remember, after you answer these questions, it's a good idea to compare notes with a partner and discuss any differences. It helps deepen your understanding and see different perspectives. Let's go through the fill-in-the-blanks activity together. First, the sentence says that geographers explore both the physical properties of the Earth's surface and the human societies that live all over our planet. So the key word here is Earth, since it refers to our planet and what geographers study about its physical and human aspects. Next, the sentence about studying geography explains that it gives us a good idea of why towns and cities were established in certain locations. The missing word here is locations, because it points to specific places where settlements are built. The third sentence defines what geography means, which is to describe or write about the Earth. So, the correct word to fill in is Earth, emphasizing that geography is about understanding and describing our planet. Finally, the statement says that geography is the study of the Earth, which directly uses the word geography itself. As an extension, after you complete this exercise, try writing a short paragraph using all 4 words from the word bank: Earth, locations, geographers, and geography, to explain what geography is and why it's important. This helps reinforce your understanding of how these concepts connect and why studying geography is essential for understanding our world. All right, let's walk through this multiple choice section together. First, we have a question about the branch of geography that aims to understand the Earth's solid outer layer. This includes the crust and upper mantle, as well as water bodies, gases, soil, and global plant and animal life patterns. The correct answer here is B, physical geography. This branch helps us understand the physical features of our planet and how they interact. Next, we're asked about a field that seeks to understand where things are found, why they are located there, and how they develop and change over time. The right choice is A, geography. This field combines spatial analysis with the study of development and change, giving us a comprehensive view of our world. Then, we look at the branch of geography that focuses on the patterns and processes shaping human interactions with different environments. The answer here is A, human geography. This branch examines how humans influence and are influenced by their surroundings, tying into broader themes of interaction and adaptation. Finally, there's a challenge question. Think about an issue that requires both human and physical geography to understand fully. For example, climate change is a great example. Understanding the physical changes in climate patterns, along with human activity and responses, requires insights from both branches. Remember, these concepts are interconnected and help us see the bigger picture of how our world works. They tie back to our overall theme of understanding the Earth in its physical and human dimensions. Now, let's move on to the discussion and research activity. First, we'll explore some discussion questions to deepen our understanding of geography. We'll ask ourselves, what is geography? And what do we mean by physical geography? Then, we'll consider what human geography involves, and finally, why do we study geography in the first place? These questions help us grasp the core concepts and importance of geography in our lives. Next, we'll engage in a research activity. I want you to work in groups of 3 or 4 students. Your task is to research the question, why do we study geography? Use resources from the library or approved internet sources to find at least 3 reasons that go beyond what we've discussed in class. Once you've gathered your information, You'll create a short presentation to share your findings with the class. This activity encourages collaboration and helps you develop a broader perspective on the significance of geography. Finally, after completing your discussion and research, I want each of you to reflect on how geography influences your daily life. Write a brief paragraph about how geographic factors affect where you live, what you eat, or how you travel. This reflection will help you see the real-world relevance of what we've learned and connect the concepts to your own experiences. Let's wrap up with a quick summary of what we've learned about geography. Geography is essentially the study of the world around us. It helps us understand where things are, why certain places are the way they are, and how people and environments interact. At its core, geography falls into three main categories: physical, human, and environmental geography. Physical geography looks at Earth's physical features like landforms, water bodies, and climate patterns. Human geography, on the other hand, explores how people influence and are influenced by their environments. And environmental geography ties it all together by examining how human activities impact our planet's ecosystems. Understanding geography is incredibly useful. It helps us make sense of our daily lives, see why some areas thrive while others face challenges, and prepare for natural disasters. It also enables us to navigate our interconnected world and plan wisely for the future. As Michael Palin said, geography is the subject which holds the key to our future. So, by studying geography, we gain the tools to better understand our world and shape a better tomorrow.